Yeah. Can you hear me good or?
Yeah. I'm gonna hang up my phone call.
All right.
Perfect.
Man, Jason knows how to do it, Isaac.
I know. Look at that, man. Showed up with lights.
He's got cool
All
background.
right. I guess.
Yeah.
I just set the ambiance.
He don't have a background like me, bro.
That's a good background. I like it.
Yeah. As long as I don't move around, you won't see my blinds and my curtains and shit.
The bike guitar, man. That's the classic.
Oh yeah. Look at, hey, check Isaac out. He thinks you're gonna give him COVID.
Yeah, dude. Through the computer.
Dude,
Hey.
here's the deal. I wasn't sure if you're gonna show up as Dick Cheeseburger or not, so I came like prepared with like my own little costume. Man, I'm stoked, dude. Thanks for making time for us, brother.
Hey, no problem, man. This is awesome. You guys are doing good things for BMX and the community, and yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm stoked, dude. I got to be real honest with you. This is going to be real educational for me because I only know you from Bike Life and like Crazy Jumps and like watching you do entertaining BMX stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'll be like, this is me just being 100% like absolutely transparent with you. My favorite clip was watching you do a race with no chain, and like you guys take off, dude, down that you take off. Okay, so like riders ready, watch the lights, boom, and it's like you're gaining speed from like the front wheel, just like, and then it's just off, dude. Like it's crazy, like a faster than I can go pedaling. You guys are going like with gravity. But dude, it's such a rad thing to watch because it's impossible to do that unless you have the just insane bike control. And it honestly looks like you guys are having more fun than I've ever seen BMX guys have ever when you're doing like those kind of fun things like that. Yeah.
I'm sure you mean racer guys having fun, but ultimately, like, so you really don't know me. So, you know, that was Dick Cheeseburger doing the pump lap race and everything like that. But I come from a racing background, and I've been racing since I was 10 years old. So I've been racing for about 22 years now. And so when you're talking about the pump lap and the pump racing, no chain and stuff, it's really fun because it kind of gives other guys an advantage because now you're not relying on your training power or anything like that. Now you're relying on just pure skill, but there's a skill to it. Like I can go off and go on a long ass rant about, the skills on how to do a correct.
We can definitely get into that, man. We can get into it.
I want to hear everything because for me, like racing has evolved so much. The bikes have evolved so much. And the tech, I feel like racing when I grew up was just pedal as fast as you can. And now there's so much technique and there's so much technology. Like pure dedication to it is real. I mean, it's hours and hours and hours, obviously, of like being able to the bike control and knowing where your bike is and your body is and where that's hard enough. And then you put a bunch of other necks on the track with you. And it's absolutely mind boggling to me that the sport has evolved and the speeds that BMX racing gets from what I remember BMX racing when I was, 14, 15 years old. I'm 47 now, dude. So like Jesus. The speeds that you guys are hitting is absolutely mind blowing to someone like me that came back to just like watching racing. Like I started following the USA BMX, and it's like the difference between watching someone drive to the quick stop in like a 70s Cadillac and then standing on the side of a pit like NASCAR going like vroom, 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 vroom. That's the difference between like BMX when I grew up and what you have. What's up, everybody? It's your friend Isaac from Big Bike BMX, and I'm here with my trusty homie, my ride or die, Craig, 80s BMX Craig. What's up, Craig?
Yo, what's going on, man? Good to be here. What's up, Isaac? What's up, everybody?
Man, I'm stoked, dude. And your background is kind of giving away the guest today, but I'm super, dude. I'm so psyched about this interview, personally. The fact that we were able to get it.
I am too, bro. And yeah, the background gives it away, but we're about to unveil this thing real soon. So,
why not? Yeah. Right. So you guys, the reason I'm so jazzed on this is so everyone, my background, Craig's background is BMX and then freestyle. My background was like 80s BMX, Harry Larry. Is it Harry Larry? Pistol Pete, Stu, the Kings, Hollywood, yeah, Ronnie Anderson, Richie Anderson, all that stuff. And then I got into freestyle, and I didn't follow BMX as much as I did freestyle. And then big bikes came back, and I am just absolutely obsessed with all things big bikes. And you can't follow SE, you can't follow big bikes and not see our guest today. But the thing is, it's like a dual role, right? Like there's two parts to this, and I love every bit of this. So Craig, why don't you introduce our guest, and then let's get into what's going on and why I'm so confused and psyched at the same time.
Oh, heck yeah. I'll be honored, man. Well, on tonight's show of Big Bike BMX, we have one of the most charismatic, talented members of the SE racing crew. You guys may know him as Dick Cheeseburger, but let me tell you, tonight we have on the infamous, the famous Jason Morris. Jason, what's up, man? Welcome to the show, brother.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. It's awesome. Good to see you, Isaac. Craig, nice. Looking good. I wish you had a picture of me in the background, but it's all good.
Hey, well, I got one in the background, but Isaac, he's doing his thing over there. I put this back here. Obviously, people know who you are, but this is the Dick Cheeseburger that most folks know. But, obviously, we got you here tonight. We're going to talk to you first, Jason, and we're going to get the background. We get the story. We're going to have a little conversation. We're going to have a little fun. And, yeah, man, good times to come.
Jason, right. I'm going to kick it off, dude. So we had a little bit of a pre chit chat. And then we had to just stop and okay, we got to record this because I'm absolutely fascinated by, a couple things. Racing in 2020 versus 1980. I compare it to hopping in my minivan and going to AM/PM to get some of these Trulies. Not an ad. And the speed that I drive in the minivan and watching NASCAR from the pit crew when the cars just go by. The speed that BMX racing has got to and the technical it's so, dude, it is so technical. In my day, and if you're an old person like me and you grew up in BMX old school, it was big jumps and then pedaling. These watch Jason on any of the race day footage, the hoedown racing footage. It's 100 feet, but this high. It's almost like you bunny hop triples and tabletops and doubles. It's I would say art, but that sounds so cheesy, but it's the only way to describe the technical skill that you have when you guys are racing, staying so close to the ground, yet jumping and clearing just incredible obstacles. It's nuts, dude. Jason, can you give me the quick, don't give me the quick, actually. Tell me how you started and the progression that you've seen BMX go in your years of doing this, because you're not new to this.
Right. So first of all, I'm sorry you're drinking a Truly, but ultimately that's okay, whatever. But yeah, I started in 1998 I started racing in 1998. I was always at the dirt jumps and riding the, you know, kids were always building jumps in the field. So I was just out doing that all the time. And then I bugged my dad, come on, take me to the track. I want to go to the track. I lied to kids at the dirt jumps like, oh yeah, I race BMX, and I put a fake number plate on, and they're like, oh yeah, what track do you ride? And I didn't know. So I was like, I thought of the first place where I was born, Lakewood, California. So I was like, oh, Lakewood. Like, oh, I didn't know there's a BMX track in Lakewood. So, you know what I mean? And then finally, when I was 10 years old in 1998, my dad took me to the track, started racing, and it was just, it was that ever since. But that's the thing. So when I started, I was running just your typical 20-inch bike. Like my dad had his uncle or his brother's bike at house, and he goes, here, run this bike. So it's just like, run what you got. You know what I mean? So it's a big old chromoly bike. Next was a dyno. So I know the next bike was a dyno, you know, so going to the racetrack with. So I got this big bulky chromoly bike out there that's too big for me, but I'm out racing, having fun riding it. And nowadays, you want to talk about 2020 and everything like that. Well, nowadays, you see the kids out on the track, 10-year-old kids start at 4 years old, you know what I mean? 3 years old. So it's crazy. And kids just, you know, they're on the lightest stuff. They're on the best stuff there is. Dads are spending top dollar to get the carbon fiber, everything. And they got the nicest stuff. And I just remember when I was a kid, you know, I just started on whatever I had, one piece crank probably too. You know, and then we upgraded parts, you know, throughout, you know, we got, you know, as you get, you have to in racing, you know, you have to have those lighter and strong parts. As you get older, you need stronger parts, but light. But as a kid, you know, lighter better, you know, go as light as you can. And I think that's a big advantage for kids, and you know, factory dads are all over it. So.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, Jason, you were talking about, you know, how you started with a heavy bike and you're out there and you're just like, I just want to race. And kids are asking you like, dude, where are you from? What track? And, you know, I'm from Lakewood track or whatever. Right. Like, was there any intimidation? Cause it sounds like there wasn't, because, you know, these kids are all probably running, I wouldn't say proper race bikes, but, you know, obviously you're out there on whatever bike you can get your hands on. Did you even think about that? Or was it just like, man, I'm going to go out here, I'm just going to have fun and I'm just going to do what I want to do with it? Was there any of that pressure along with riding with these kids that, you know, have been to their track, the track that you went to, and, you know, any of that going on? Or was it just like, dude, let's race, let's have fun?
You broke up at the very end. I missed that last little part. You broke up.
Oh, no worries, man. I was just asking. Was there any, dude, was there any I mean, did you have any pressures or anything, or was it just like, you just want to go have fun with it?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was about just going to have fun with it. Like, yeah, it was competitive, but it wasn't so much so now where the internet like is blowing up, where parents, kids can find full-on routines. You know, they're making up their own routines or whatever. They're finding more information's out there. So kids are getting faster, quicker. Kids are training at you know, younger ages. Before I was, you know, it took me a while because I just went out and had fun and raced, and I did well. But then when I turned expert in the big class, the main class, you know, it was hard for a while, and I had to take a beating because I didn't really train as hard as some of the other kids, and I had a later start, 10 years old. Like a lot of kids that were super duper fast, they were 6 years old already racing, 5 years old. So it was already like I had to train, but I had to get beat up a little bit to where it was like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of getting beat. I'm sick of not making the main events at the nationals in the expert class. So I hit it hard, and I started training, and that's where, you know, it made a world of difference. And I started doing that. But kids nowadays, it's like, dude, I'm training 4-year-olds, you know, out there. It's crazy. I'm training like my son's age, and I don't mess with my son. Like, I'm like, here, take this stock SE, you know, go ride this mini, you know, the Ripper Mini or whatever, you know, and he just runs it. He rides it. He has fun on it. And I don't push him. I don't train him. I just want him to have fun with it. And if it turns into something, if he's motivated to want to race, he's going to race. So, I mean,
you were talking about training, and I'm thinking about like when I was a kid, obviously I didn't, I'll just tell you right now, I did not race organized sanctioned BMX races. Okay. But you mentioned something like kids are using the internet to help with their training. Obviously you got to get on the track, you got to get on your bike, you got to work on the gait, your timing, strength training, and all those things that you can work on physically. But dude, our kids are racers these days using the internet as a tool for training, like being able to look at a track from all angles, or how is that used, man?
I mean, I would think so. Like, it's not like motocross so much where you're like analyzing the track. I mean, you are, and people are going to choose their gearing based on the size of the hill, you know, and some people like to stay the same on the gearing, but yeah, I mean, I mean, well, what was your question again? I'm forgetting.
No, I was just wondering, like, you mentioned the internet. I thought you were like going to lead into something about.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah. I'm spacing out, dude. Long day.
No worries,
no, the internet's like really, it's helping out, especially social media. Kids want to post, and that's what sponsorships are deriving from. It's social media. Like, the results really aren't mattering as much. It still matters, you know, to a point, but it's kind of how you brand yourself on social media and how you look on social media. And that's what's driving sponsors to help you. So the internet in that way for sure is helping out. But I mean, and then just looking at, like, there's different trainers out there. There's different, I mean, for YouTube, you can Google like workouts, you know, if you want to hit your abs or do something, you know, just look up some workouts and you're going to find a whole list of work, like all kinds of stuff. So people are, you know, it's out there. So people are just training. And then you got your dads who are living through the kids, you know, that's in every sport. And you got those dads who are just, you know, they're finding that information, you know, they're training them at younger ages, because almost in any sport you do, you start at a young age working hard and stay consistent at it. You're going to be much better off than the guy who starts in his teens, you know, or in his 20s. You know, it's hard in BMX racing. You will rarely, in fact, I don't know very many people, if any, that have started at a late age in the 20s racing BMX and made it to the expert and were just winning nationals. Like, you just don't see that. Like at some point they started as a kid or a teenager and then worked their way up and started, you know, doing well. But once you hit your 20s for BMX racing and you want to try to be a AA pro elite or something and competitive with those guys, I don't know if it's possible. Like, I don't think that's possible to start in your 20s and actually get there. Your teens, maybe. That's pushing it. You know, 13 years old, I don't know. But yeah, long story short, yeah, the internet's been helping out.
Well, no, that's crazy, because, you know, I think back
there goes my dream of being a BMXer.
Damn. Yeah. Like, when Isaac and I were growing up, man, it seemed like the way it happened was, and I don't know, I'm only speculating on what I can remember, and I wasn't a part of it, but it's like the way you got sponsors, right? It was winning, because winning put you in the position for exposure, and exposure got you into magazines, and magazines was the internet of the 80s, right? So the more wins you got, the more magazine coverage you could get. The more magazine coverage you got, the more that sponsors were gravitating to those types of riders, right? So nowadays, you know, with what you said, it's like, you don't have to win them all or always place top tier on the podium. But if you have a presence, if you can get online and get social media following and have a good, like, presence out there about yourself, you may be able to get into those sponsorship positions, as just as well as guys did back in the day when they were, you know, getting first places and podiums and things like that. So that kind of just blows my mind, dude, that's available for kids these days. And when I say kids, obviously I always define it, but anybody, you know, younger than me as a kid. So yeah, man, that trips me out that's a part of the business nowadays, you know, if you want to call racing a business, but I guess it kind of is. I mean, do you think of it as a business still, or is it something that, you know, it's set aside from the business aspect and it's still going out and just racing and having fun? Because at your level, I would think that you would have to be thinking about your sponsors or your, you know, whoever's helping you out with your career, other than yourself, you know?
Yeah. I mean, 2006 to 2011, it was almost a career. Like, that's what I was doing. I was racing professionally and really not getting anything out of it. Like it's done. I know that the paychecks just weren't there. Like, good luck, you know, supporting yourself. That just wasn't possible. So I was like just prolonging my career or my life, I guess. But it was just for the love of BMX racing. I loved it, you know. But that at that period, 2006 or actually the end of 2005, just when I graduated high school, I turned pro. And then 2011, I got really hurt. So then that's when I took time off, a few years off. I came back in 2015 as an expert, as an amateur, just to have fun and bring the fun back into it. And then that's when I got sponsored by SE. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, it was during 2015 when I got sponsored by them. But yeah, it was a great. Yeah, I mean, I'm having brain farts all day, but
no
yeah,
worries, dude.
Just ultimately, it was it was a good time. Go ahead.
Dude, I know I have a question. So I have two really kind of close friends that are really, really intense on racing. And they are, you know, both of them, and they're dudes or dads. You're describing them when you're like, yeah, you know, they're training their kids. The other day, like I posted a picture of a pump track that I accidentally found that someone made in their backyard. And this dude's like, dude, if you want to ride a pump track, I have one in my backyard. I built, and I know for a fact he's got like a gate in his front yard that they practice gates on, and absolutely unheard of in my day. What advice would you have, especially coming off the heels of there was so much exposure to BMX racing at the race day at the Hoedown, for kids that saw that saw, you know, what you and the rest of your team were doing at the track. What advice would you give somebody that wants to just, man, I want to race? That looked more fun than the big bike wheelies and stuff like that. But racing, man, that just looked like a really good time. Because it's kind of funny. It made me think about this was G and Shell, Craig, you know them from Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, Shell just got a new SE race bike. And like they bought the big bikes, they were doing wheelies. They did the race day. She won that day at the Hoedown. And then yesterday they're like, you know, they had the new bike box day, and I was expecting to see like a big flyer or something like that. And sure enough, man, it was a silver race bike. And so, you know, what advice would you give to people that saw you out there having a good time racing? If they want to start racing, what's, you know, where do you start? If you're just like, man, I'm into this, I went to the track and it was fun.
No. So like advice to any kid who wants to come into the sport and wants to race. I mean, just get out, get your feet wet. Don't worry about what bike you're on so much. Just get to the track. I mean, go to the track, even look at it. Like, don't even bring your bike. Go and just check out a practice night or a race night at your local track. You can check it out. You can search at usabmx.com, has the tracks, you know. You can search the track directory by state. You can see what's near you. You can check out the track, you know. I would just say go to the track, check it out, look at it, and then be like, all right, you know. And then if you have, I mean, it's hard. I can't say go with any bike because you can't go with a road bike, dude. Like you can't. I mean, making it around the BMX track on a road bike's ridiculous. So, but yeah, check it out. And then if you got that 20-inch bike, get out and just ride it. Or 24-inch, 29-inch, 26-inch. I don't care. Like any bike, like it's fun to ride and have fun. And then once you start racing, just race. Don't worry about what people tell you. Like, hey, you need this parts. You need aluminum. You need carbon. You need this. Like, don't even worry. Don't listen to that. Go out, ride what you got, have fun, hit jumps, catch air. Like, don't even try to go fast. But if you're there and then you start seeing that competitiveness in you and you're like, dude, this is kind of what I kind of like this, then start, you know, stepping it up, you know, start, you know, maybe adding some parts, getting a better bike or whatever the case to be faster on the track. And then you can start training and go about. That's a whole nother story because you're always going to put in more than what you're going to get out of BMX racing by far. I don't care who you are. You know, Connor Fields, your Olympic gold medalist, you know what I mean? He's a world champion and all that. Like, he's making a decent living for the Americans, but that's few and far between. You know, there's only maybe a handful of guys I could really think of, Americans, that are making a living in BMX racing, like a full-on decent living. Like, it's, I can't see it. It's not like Todd Lyons' world, you know, back in the 90s, late 80s, you know, where BMX was abundant, you know, it was great. The paychecks were awesome and everything like that. It's just not, you got to do it for the love of it. And that's what it is. And I put in so much work for really nothing. Like, I don't get really, I mean, yeah, it gets me sponsorship. It gets me, you know, it gets me some cool ass shit, but ultimately, like, you're going to put in a lot of work to be, if you want to be top. But that's, that's where you got to draw the line sometimes as an older guy or even younger. Or if you don't want to do it, like, just be like, hey, I'm going to go out and race sometimes, or I'm going to go out the track and just practice. I'm just going to ride, that's fun. Oh, I'm going to get my buddy and we're just going to race during practice. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got to pay your race and actually race. You can just be like, yeah, let's race and practice. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah, dude, I can tell you this, man, and I'm just going to say what is the freaking obvious here. I've seen you race. I watch actual races, not when you're just out, goofing off, or what, I don't hate to say goofing off, but just I've seen you race, dude, and you're doing shit that looks so insane during the races, like pulling triples when it should have been a double. Like you're tapping the front of your visor on the front wheel during a race. Man, it reminds me, you brought up Todd's name. It reminds me of Todd's clips that he shows of him doing backflips during the race, not the practice runs or anything, or that, this is during the race. And I'm like, look at Jay go, man. This dude, he's not only killing it, but he's having a hell of a good time doing stuff that most guys would just be like, I can't do that. I don't want to do that in a race. And it's like, you're like, here, hold my beer. Watch this, That is, to me, that pumps me up. Like, I get stoked watching that. I know a lot of people are like, wow, man, that guy, who is this dude? I mean, when you're out there, obviously, it's got to be some level of just like, watch this. I mean, what inspires you to just send it full balls out every, when you're doing stuff like that? Is that just who you are? Is that in your nature? Or is that just like your level of like, send it,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I ride better when I have fun. And when I was a kid, my dad would sometimes he would try to rile me up to get me pumped up and get amped and get mad. I never rode good mad. So it was like, I had fun. And if I'm riding good and doing certain lines on the track, that's fun to me. Like, it wasn't so much the racing part. It was like, I want to land certain lines. And like I tell the kids I train all the time too, like, there's no perfect lap, no perfect jump, no perfect gait, but you can give a perfect effort. So I always give a perfect effort, but in my head, I always want to have that clean lap. Like, there's certain lines I want to do, like, oh, dang, that's a nice triple. I want to hit that triple. But then that's the other thing too, is me reclassifying back when I started 2015, reclassifying back to amateur was the best decision I ever made, because now I can have fun. Like, I do have fast riders, don't get me wrong, but professionally, you're going to have, like, single A pro, you're going to have more of them, more of those guys. So that's just more issues, more guys. You got to be on your game every single time, every single lap. Otherwise, you're caught in the pack, and that's more room for error, more room for crashing. And I started crashing a lot. Like, I was very consistent main maker, but I would, I'd crash in the mains or get fifth, third. I did win a few here and there, but ultimately, like, it was just a lot of carnage. And it was like, I'm getting older. I got a job. I want to have fun. Like, I want to do this for fun, but I want to put in the work because it's fun to win. It's fun, it's fun to go fast. Like, if I wasn't training all the time, I wouldn't be able to do certain jumps or certain things that I do, even, because that I'm training all the time, I'm able to do these gaps or do these lines during a full lap that takes so much effort. I'm able to do some of these things, and I have time to catch some air, because I'm not racing the 100 of top dudes. I'm racing, a handful of guys that they're fast, but as long as I get to the first turn first, I have great track speed. I mean, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but that's always been my strong point as a kid growing up. My first straights and gates have always sucked, so I've always had to work hard for those. So,
yeah, because I can say, man, it's like, I look at it when I'm just armchair quarterbacking.
Yeah, I mean,
race. And I'm like, damn, Jason is like the guys you're racing with, you can tell they're just so dialed. They got their lines so like laid out. They know exactly where they need to be. They know exactly how they're going to hit those rollers or that double or whatever. And then you're there with them, and it's like, boom, that double that they're hitting, you made it a triple. Those rollers are just like nothing for you. You make it seem like that when I'm watching you, man. And I'm like, how does this guy do it? And plus, nobody on that track is going to risk going that big and risking that much of the race if they do come up short, if they case it.
It's like you didn't go to physics class in high school.
No, he changed physics.
The way gravity and physics work. I always post that when I see like his stories. I'm like, this dude didn't go to physics class because the rules that apply to everybody else don't apply. And like, it's
what
just
Isaac,
like,
what about
makes no sense to me. It
that
makes
one,
no sense.
Jason, that one, you were
does.
coming on a step up, I think, or something. And it was like the rear of your bike dipped down and then you lifted it up and then rose up higher to the step up.
He climbed a step in the air that you could only do on a video game is what happened. And
yeah, it was like a cheat code he used.
Yeah. Yeah. Left, right, up, down. And then you do the Jason move.
It was like,
what was that, dude? Like, did you have that planned, or was that like,
you know which one we're talking about?
Yeah. No, it was, it's all racer. It's all racer style, man. It comes, I mean, there's plenty of racers that could probably do the same thing I just did. You know what I mean? Like that jump too is made to boost you real high. So I just took it low. And I don't know if you guys saw Chris Fox's run at it, because he posted his and he did a sick old whip, dude. Like his style was by far like 100 times better than mine, but I think I got a little lower on him though. But yeah, it was just racers, you know. I mean, we got that skill, and that's what you want to do: stay low over anything, everything.
What, Jason? What's your like? You can't. It's just someone that's been talking to you now for like half an hour. It's impossible not to hear. There's a very strong undertone to every answer that you have, regardless of what it is, and you cannot fake the passion that you have for racing and riding your bike. It's just so apparent to anybody that listens to you talk. What would you say is your favorite part about like, you know, the race? Is it the being so dialed? Because when you were talking about that, it made so much sense to me. Like anybody that's ever golfed or hit a golf ball and hit like a really great swing, you're like, I'm ready for the tour. Like that's all you need to keep you coming back. And that's what you describe as like the perfect line and the perfect effort. What would you say is your favorite thing about racing? Is it you against you? Do you get tunnel vision where it's like, you don't necessarily even pay attention to the people around you after a minute? What is it that just drives you to keep coming back?
I guess I've been doing it so long. It's ingrained in my nature. Now it's more of a habit. Now it's more of it is a hobby, but I enjoy it. Like I enjoy like you would never catch me as a road biker. Like, dude, I'm not, I can't do that. Or like running. I hate running. I hate it. But just the enjoyment. Like, I don't know, like when you win a race, like, you want more of it. Like it's an addiction. It's a drug, you know. It's like damn, like you want to win it. And in BMX racing, you're only as good as your last race. So it's like nobody remembers second, third, fourth. You know, none of that. So it's like, and you know, I guess it's the drive, and it's what I'm good at, and it's good things have come to me. I mean, I'm getting bonus. I mean, I'm sponsored by SE, dude. Like that's fucking rad. So. I mean, I'm stoked and it brings me good things. Like, how can you quit something like that, you know? So yeah.
How did you, we all know that you ride for SE. So how did you get linked up with SE Racing? Where did that come from? What year and when, how did you partner up with them?
So 2000, I guess it'd be 14. Christmas time. It was coming Christmas time, and my wife is pretty good buddies with Javier Colombo. My wife, Courtney Tomei, she's a racer as well, but she's really good friends with Javier Colombo, who was sponsored by SE at the time and who was a former world champion, very top elite pro, and I got to know him over the years. But anyway, I didn't know. Like obviously, I know it's a small world. BMX racing is a small world. People know everybody. Everybody knows everybody. So I knew of him and I didn't really talk to him, but my wife did. So she started talking to him like, hey, can we get a frame? Because I'm running my old frame from 5 years back, you know, for my sponsorship with Speed and JNR bicycles. So I was still running old crap. And so she was kind of pushing it. And I don't ask. I don't like to ask sponsors. I don't go out of my way. Maybe it helps. It probably does help. And I probably should a little more, but I don't. I just kind of let it come, you know, and if it comes, it comes. I'm very gratified for it. But anyway, so So SE, she started talking to Javier. Javier started talking to Schoonover. Do you guys know who Chris Schoonover is?
I don't.
Yes.
No.
All right. So Chris Schoonover, he's the Corona chicken. All right. He was a top AA too. He was very fast, rode for Answer, Super Camp. And this was probably later 90s, I would say, maybe early 2000s, but later 90s. And anyway, he was managing the race team, the SE race team. So that's when Javier, talked to him, and then he talked to Todd, and they're like, okay, we can add somebody. So it started out, he gave me a frame. I ran a frame. Well, I started racing. I was racing the 1927X class, the premier class, and I'm the old guy. I'm the 27-year-old in that class. So I'm trying to make my comeback. I was only making semis, fifth place, not making mains at the nationals. I'm like, dang it, they just gave me a frame. This was January, February. I hit Phoenix up. I hit some other races, and I was getting closer and closer, but I was training. And then finally, I hit a break, and they're like, all right, you know what? I see some fighting. So they gave me a jersey. So finally I got some gear, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Middle of the year, I don't know, maybe June, July, August, somewhere around there. And then things started turning around. I started making the mains at the nationals. Then the Gold Cup finals hit. I got Gold Cup #1 in the class at Chula Vista in September. And the final race of the year was coming around. I'm the oldest guy in the class. All right. I ended up winning the Grand Nationals, which is huge. It had the most rider count of that class of that weekend. And I'm the old guy, and I was the underdog, dude. Like, nobody expected me to win the damn thing, and I was winning every lap, moto, semis, everything, and I ended up winning the thing. Like, I think I even won my open class that day too, or cruiser or something, or maybe all three. I don't remember. I think I tripled that day, so I won all three of my classes. But so I ended up, and then obviously I was on SE. It was SE, and then I started pushing Dick. All right, that's a different story. We'll get into that another time. Yeah.
Students stunned to learn what this federal complaint. Oh my goodness.
You got a beer? Do you have a beer?
I'm gonna grab another one. Let me grab one more. Mine are Trulies, but hold on. Let me see if I have another one. Hold on.
You better get ready, dude. Wait, hold on. Did you get two of them?
No, I got one. He has two.
One? Nah, he's got like a sixer, bro. And he's gonna shotgun. He's gonna shotgun one of these with you. And we're going to see who's the king of the water beers.
All right. It's on. Ready? Let's do this.
Well, you got to poke a hole in it, bro.
Wait.
Oh, wait, are you just chugging or are you shotgunning?
I'm going to chug.
Oh, we're not. Are we doing this during the interview or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh.
All right, let's bring it back in. Isaac,
hold on. Let's back in. Hold on. Let me make. Okay, now we're all three on here at the same time. So
I don't have a beer I don't drink. Sorry, guys.
That's all right. We still love you. All right, Dick Cheeseburger.
Water.
Chug water, Craig.
All right, bring us back in, Isaac.
All right, we are here. We had to interrupt our interview because Dick Cheeseburger shows up, and so he wanted to do an interview too. We're like, let's do it.
I know,
makes
man.
sense to me.
I was stoked on hearing Jason's race stories and shit, and then Dick just barges in, kicks Jason out. Wreaks havoc.
Like whatever, but he brought beers, and so here we go. We're gonna shotgun a beer with Dick Cheeseburger. Why not?
What's up, Dick? How's it going, brother?
What's up, guys? No hi, no nothing.
No, man, we're saying what's up, bro.
You're hot on Jason Morris, huh?
Oh man, we almost did, bro. Good to see you, man. Glad you're back.
All right.
I want to shotgun a beer with him.
So, hey, do you guys know why? I call this wolf poison.
Wolf poison, man. Break it down, brother.
Wolf poison. Come on. Give it a little think.
You got the silver bullet in your hand, homie.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. The silver bullet kills wolf. Wolf poison. Hashtag.
Oh.
Nobody gets it.
Man, I got it, dude.
Science. He brings science is what he brought.
He brought some old wolf poison with him, brother.
All right. So
I'm going to chug because I have a computer here that I cannot replace because it's my work one. But let's go.
Hey, Dick, start talking there, brother. Let's hear what you're doing.
All right. So check it out. We're going to shotgun a beer. Isaac's too pussy to shotgun with me. So I'm doing it solo. And hey, Craig.
Yo,
hey, Craig,
brother.
you're gonna chug your water, all right?
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
Let's get
This
it.
is nuts. This is nuts, dude.
Isaac, do you have a
Hang on,
second?
hang on. Hang on. I like my whole board out. I like it extra wide, loose. All right.
All right. 1, 2.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Ready?
Go.
Let's
Go.
do it. All right, we're ready to kick things off.
Damn, dude. Let me tell you what, Isaac. Isaac's still going, brother. What do you got? A 30 ounce there? Or what? Cheeseburger like took one breath in. His wolf killer was gone.
Yep.
Yeah. If you guys didn't see that, man, Dick, man, you definitely have downed some wolf killer cocktails before, and there's no doubt that you may be the king of shotgunning the silver bullet.
Well,
I gotta tell you, dude. Okay, so I have so many questions for Dick Cheeseburger, man.
not quite. I got one guy. I got a brother. I got a brother that smokes my ass on the shotguns. I'm just trying to catch up.
Isaac, what do you got, brother?
All right, so Dick, I've heard that you were just a normal bike rider until you were at some event with Evel Knievel, and as he jumped an incredible feat, did whatever he does, a bead of sweat flew off of Evel Knievel mid-jump, nay, a droplet flew off of Evel, hit you in the arm, infused your DNA with Evel's DNA, and you became a superhero, much like Spider-Man did. Is this true or false? Does this happen?
No way, say it ain't so. You know more about me than anybody. Hey, no. Seriously, I don't know, dude. Actually, I think that was done before I was born.
That's true. That's
and
true.
that leads me to the second theory that I've read on the internet, that much like the Holy Trinity, you have the Father, the Son, Holy Spirit. You have Hulk Hogan, you have our Lord and Savior, Evel Knievel, and you, my friend, Dick Cheeseburger. You are the god of bikes and daredevil stunts incarnate, walking amongst us. Is that true or false?
I cannot deny or agree, but
seems legit. Seems legit.
I'm going to say that, man, Dick, let me ask you, you are such not only an icon in the BMX world, okay, loved and revered by all who witness your greatness. But let me ask you, with your like keen fashion style and presence, the headband, bro, the headband is really what that sets it off. Is there like some type of low drag resistance that you get? Because I've noticed that you have a luscious, well coiffed mop of hair on your head, brother. And when you're riding, dude, does that headband just give you that extra advantage? Is it high speed,
horsepower?
Yeah, it's high speed, low drag. Are we on target here, brother? Are we talking the same language?
You know, I think you're onto something, because I've been kind of noticing that. And I mean, I love America, and America's number one, you know? So I figure if I'm American on an SE bike, I'm going to be number one. So that's the whole goal. And ultimately, I don't know if it gives me superpowers or nothing like that, but I'll tell you what, man, it's, I love it.
Man, I can tell you, I think it does give you superpowers. I know you're a humble individual. Another thing that I think is adding to your power level, right, is the fact that you love the brew. And I think the brew may fuel all the energy that you expel when you're coming out of the gate, brother, or when nobody wants to send it and you want to send it. It seems like you're always crashing and slamming a can of that smooth silver wolf poison to get you to that next level. let's talk about that.
Yeah, it's like an energy drink. You know what I mean? Actually better than an energy drink. People don't even know about it. And we can't rep it. We can't advertise it at the races. It's just a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? And I think it's great. I think it works great. I think that it freaking fills you up, empowers you up. And you know what? The more the merrier, because you know what? You ain't going to give an F getting those big ass triples. You know what I mean? And you ain't going to give an F getting past at the finish line. It don't matter. Who cares, man? You're out there having fun, busting big on your bike. F it.
Is it also true that you don't allow the general public, the fans of Mr. Dick Cheeseburger, to look you directly in the eyes? Is that really true? I mean, what is behind that? Because I know you got the super sleek SE Oakley wind jackets on. Is that also to help not make eye contact with track moms and kids that come out to watch you?
You broke up a whole lot, but I'm going to try to answer some of your question. You know what I mean? I like to look them BMX moms directly in the eye. You know what I mean? That gets them every time. But other than that, you know what I mean? I just do my own thing. And I don't know if that answered your question. Shit.
I think it did, brother. I'm trying to figure out that the mystique that surrounds you is so like crazy. I mean, people just want to know more about Dick Cheeseburger, your history, your background, but it just, you're a man of mystery. You're a man of the silver bullet. You're a man of America. You could be the national icon in BMX racing as well as beyond.
Yeah, I mean, I work hard for what I do. And what I mean by hard, it ain't no Jason Morris hard. I ain't doing that bull crap. That's a bunch of baloney. You know what I mean? No, I'm out there mowing lawns, Mo Dick landscaping. All right. If you want to call him, let me know. All right. That's me, Mo Dick landscaping. All right. We're going to mow your lawns. I'll trim your bush. I'll do anything you want. You know what I mean? I work hard. And this is what I want to do. And BMX just came to me. It fell in my lap. You know, I was already riding a little bit, and then I met Jason, you know, it was a bunch of bullshit. And I was like, you know what, let's have more fun with this. You know, give me your damn ramp. I'm going to do sprints to the ramp. I'm going to sprint to the ramp and just freaking send it, dude. Like, I don't even care. He's doing sprints and just turning around, getting his breath back, drinking his water. And he's like, okay, 2 minutes. Oh, it's been 2 minutes. Oh, I gotta go. But I'm like, screw that shit. You know, set that ramp up. I send that bitch. You know what? I used to have flopping boobies on the number plate. I think that made me really fast, but I don't run them anymore. But they're freaking awesome, dude.
Bro, you got to tell me about your workout regimen. Obviously, to be such a, you know, a presence on the track and everything that you're doing, tell me what it takes to be at the level of Dick Cheeseburger when you're out there just sending it and doing all that stuff.
I mean, if you're down for 12-ounce curls for hours, okay, for hours, you're gonna explode. You're gonna get some speed you ain't never seen before. You know what I mean? But you do gotta ride your bike. All right, you gotta hit the jumps. Go to the dirt jumps. Go to the skate park and just jump. Get in the way of the skaters. Just cut them off. Hit the big jumps. Who cares? If you crash, you go nose down over the bars. All right, you hit your juice wallet. Your freaking tucked in beef. Your freaking rocket dock. I don't know what you got. All right, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, just fucking have fun.
Isaac,
Dick, what is?
Did you hear the rock, Isaac?
Okay, Dick Cheeseburger. Here, what is the most epic jump that you? What is the most epic jump that Dick Cheeseburger has ever experienced? And go.
Bro. Epic jump. Dude. There's a lot of them. Man. There's some big ass fucking jumps.
I just saw you jump a truck.
Yeah, that was all right, dude. That was just, I had to pull up and go. In fact, that jump was in the catalog 2000, I don't know, 18-ish, 17. I don't know. Gutler shot a photo of me jumping over Todd, and Todd's doing a wheelie pointing up. That's the same jump. I just pulled my truck up before the cops came, and I freaking hit that jump. But the most epic jump, dude, like it just came I was just out jumping, and I would have gone further, but it's that big ass long freaking jump I hit on the Gaudium on Chris Fox's bike or whatever. I was on the jump bike. So I was able to get further, and I hit like 43 feet or some shit. And I don't know if you've seen that one. I had that one in slow-mo. That's probably the most epic jump. But honestly, like I would have went bigger that day. I would have went bigger, but I couldn't go bigger because I broke my ramp on that takeoff. Like I caved it in when I hit the freaking jump. But that's probably the most epic jump right there. Yep. Or okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah. But,
you know, I gotta say, man, it seems like every time you're doing crazy shit, Todd Lyons, you mentioned Todd. Todd's always around, dude. What is this guy doing? Is the peer pressure? Is it just the bro moments that you guys are having? Tell me about Todd, man. Why is he always getting you to do the craziest shit that you can do? And every time you do it, it pans over to Todd and he's like stoked out.
Dude, I mean, I looked up to Todd. I was that kid, you know what I mean? Like I freaking loved him. And he was my idol. He was the only guy like in the races just freaking backflip out of nowhere mid-pack. Like nobody's still doing that today. Like nobody's doing that. That ain't happening. I ain't fucking doing it either. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get those backflips down one of these days. But anyway, yeah, dude, he's just a freaking role model, you know. And it's just like I'm kind of in those shoes in a way, but I'm doing my own thing. I'm having fun, and that's just I just honestly, good things come when you work hard and you just ride and have fun. And you stay consistent, you're going to get good. I don't care what you do or what sport you do. You stay consistent and do it, you're going to get freaking good.
Well, consistently, who's going to win in a shotgun race? You or Todd. And who's going to win in a track race? You or Todd. Go.
Hey, I'm going to win both. That's a stupid ass question. Next.
You know, God bless you, Dick Cheeseburger. You do so much for kids and the sport, but I don't think people realize how much you actually do for BMX moms. I mean, it must be hard with all that attention. Like, how do you deal with that? I mean, it must be such a challenge.
Nah, it really isn't. I just do my thing, hit the big jumps, and they just come flocking like seagulls. You know what I mean? Panties dropping all the time. I don't even know what to say. I don't know if you saw the panty dropper video of that new STR1. Oh, god damn, I had the bitches hitting me up. But anyway, that was a great bike. But the problem was I was getting like 60, 50-year-old like Stu Thompson grandmas, you know, hitting me up. But hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, I couldn't help but notice, man, you had a bra on the front of your handlebars in front of the race plate. Like, are they just throwing those at you at the finish line? What do you do with all the extra bras, and how do you decide which one you're putting on the front of the handlebars?
You know, whatever matches for the day. You know, it matches. I slap her on, and no pun intended, I slap her on.
Dick, this is amazing. I do have to ask you, do you have a favorite style of bike? Because I've seen you rip normal 20-inch bikes. I recently saw you do a fakie wall ride on the sand on a 29er. Is there a bike you cannot shred? Has it been invented?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. I'm going to shred anything that comes between my legs. You know what I mean? I'm going to shred it. But, I mean, all the freaking SE bikes, dude. I mean, come on, dude. Like, I can't even choose, like, the fat quad is drawing a lot of attention, and it's cool. I don't want to jump on the trendy bandwagon of freaking fat quad.
Watch it.
I know.
You're getting close. You're getting close.
But it's I don't know, dude. There's so many number ones. You should see my damn garage. It's ridiculous. So, if you're asking me to choose a bike, you ain't gonna get an answer because or choose the size of a bike. I mean, a bike, you're going to get an answer, but a size of bike, dude, I don't know, man. They're
go bike then. What's your favorite? What's your favorite bike? Because I've seen you wall ride. I've actually seen you wall ride like a Strider bike, which is pretty incredible. I didn't know that could be done, but I've seen it. Do you have what's your favorite? What is your my favorite thing to watch you do is jump second wall ride. Wall rides, I think, are probably your signature trick. I'll fight anybody that wants to go against me on that, but I think wall rides are probably your sickest maneuver. What's your favorite bike to wall ride?
My favorite bike to wall ride, dude, that little ripper, that 16-inch, that thing's fun. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm having a lot of fun with that. Like if I'm thinking of specific, like there's certain walls, dude, like it's like every size bike. Like if there's a certain wall, yeah, I want the 29-inch. Like in fact, I got this one, I still got to film or whatever, but I got this fakey fence wall that I want to hit, but I want to do it on the 29er. So there's certain walls that I want to do for certain bikes, and my backyard track that I run, you know, I like the 16-inch because the smaller bike's better on that stuff. So I'm going to say for that wall, I want the 16-inch, but for other walls, I want my Gaudium to go big, you know, or other stuff, you know, there's other different things I want to do, but like, just give me a bike, you know, I don't freaking care. That's, you know, yeah.
You know, Isaac, I saw Dick, you were jumping on that, the Dirt Jumper HD, and you were like clearing this big giant creek or something. I can't remember what it was, but bro, you have no limits when it comes to full send. Like you came off the bike, your knee went backwards, it hyperextended and all this, and you got up, and it was like, literally there is nothing that you won't do for a full send. I mean, you risk it all, bro. You will risk it all. You push all your chips forward on the table. Like, I'm all in, dude. Where does that come from? Where does that visceral, like, I'm going to do this and I don't care what happens? Like, is that just a total Dick Cheeseburger move? I mean, how many silver bullets are going down the tube at that point? Bro, I just got to give it to you, man. There is no limits when it comes to the Dick Cheeseburger send.
I just send it. Like, I don't got the tricks. I ain't got the double back whippy dippies, doodads, and loopy doos. You know what I mean? Like, I just go out and I just send it. Like, I just want to jump. I just want to jump big. I want to do a bar hump. I want to do an X up. I want to do a kick out. I want to do a turn bar. You know? So it's just what I want to do. It's American. It's freaking American. Just riding your bike, getting with your buddies, go in the neighborhood, set up that ramp, and just freaking send it. That's American.
Okay.
I mean, I'm starting to get mad a little bit, but, you know, I'll let it go. But, yeah,
America, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. Now, before you came in, we were interviewing Jason, and Jason had some advice to kids that were like, hey, I want to get out, BMX race. It was a lot of, like, you know, workout, study,
eat right,
train. There was a lot of that to it. What advice would you give, Dick, to kids that want to start out in BMX? What's your advice to the youngsters in the world that want to be the next Dick Cheeseburger?
Well, to tell you the truth, sorry about that. Ride your bike, get out and ride, go out in the neighborhood, build jumps in the open field that's going to get plowed in the next month. And then after they get plowed, you're just going to build another set of jumps for that to get plowed. And then you're going to build another set of jumps. Just go out and jump, go out and ride, go out and wheelie, get out in the city, go out, whatever. You know what I mean? I never had that opportunity to have the bike life and join that and ride with a bunch of crew members and a bunch of friends and just have a good old blasty old time. I never had that. You know what I mean? So get out, have fun, ride your bike, screw the track, go to the track later. Don't even worry about that. Go out, find a ride out because they're in every town, every city near you. Go do that. Go ride, get a bike. And then, you know what? Then start doing all that other crap and go to the track. Have fun. And then if you want to start racing, get competitive, go for it. But you know what? You need to have fun on your bike first.
Don't lift weights, lift a shovel. That's all the weightlifting you need is moving dirt. Is that what I'm hearing you say? Good times. He's like, yes.
He's nodding his head. Yes.
I think, hey, I think I got a fat lag and I'm getting a big old lag. But but yes, ultimately grab that damn shovel, build the freaking jumps, and just send it. And yeah.
Chicks dig scars. Amen.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
Did it lag out? Okay, we're back. I had a bit of a lag now. So as far as bike life, you mentioned bike life. What tell me some of your favorite ride out stories that you have out there. Do you fit in? I mean, what advice would you give? Because Craig's a big fan of the ride outs. He tells everyone to get out there and do the ride outs. What advice do you have for kids that want to just get out and do a ride out? Just show up, or what should you do to prepare?
Yeah, ultimately, dude, the ride outs are freaking rad. Like that's new to me, honestly. Like I didn't start doing that till like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. But yeah, it was freaking, it was so much, it was so like no pressure, like with a different feeling. It was just like, go out, ride, and then just do your own thing. Oh, you see a curb jump right there? Oh, veer off, hit a curb jump. Oh, do some wheelies, and it's cool. And then you see these other guys doing combinations and all the other really cool ass shit, you know. It's cool, and everybody's kind of, it's relatable. Everybody can pop a wheelie. Like, who can't pop a wheelie? You pop it or you drop it, or you just can continue on. Old, young, it's freaking awesome for everybody. In fact, my son had the first ride out at Santa Cruz ride out this year with Angelina and Todd and the family and everything, and they made the complete ride out, which was like 17 miles. It's freaking awesome, dude, and he loved it. You know, so it's just awesome. It's a great time with family and friends.
Man, I gotta say, I couldn't agree with you more, man. I saw you out there having fun. A lot of kids watching you, watching the cheeseburger and his family do their stuff. And man, you hit the nail right on the head, man. You have so much good advice, dude. I mean, Jason's pretty square. He's pretty, linear and by the numbers, but you really exemplify and personify what it is to be around bike life, bro. And I got to say, and nothing against Jason. I mean, you just seem like you're more in touch with the people. Like you really, and obviously every day, Isaac. I mean, am I wrong here or what? I mean, Dick is really like connected, right?
I'm voting for Dick. I'll say this: vote for Dick on November 4th, 3rd.
Yeah, write him into the ballot, dude.
I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna write your name in, and I'm actually gonna Instagram it. Why not? You're better than the other two. You're better than the other two options that I got this year. So, yeah, I'm writing Dick Cheeseburger.
Make those shirts that say "Vote for Dick."
Vote for Dick. I vote for Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. Hey, man, let me know.
Watch out, dude, because you're about to get a job upgrade. You're not going to be mowing lawns. You're going to be like taking care of the whole world. But you know what? I can't think of a better American hero than Dick Cheeseburger.
I 100% agree, man. We need Dick Cheeseburger in the world today. I mean, he's an inspiration to millions. He's a true American. He is a hero to so many people out there, dude. I mean, this is quite an honor just to have this, this conversation, to hear him speak, because it's kind of lifted me up spiritually. I mean, what about you, Isaac?
Yeah, I mean, I feel blessed. It's really the only way I can really describe it. Touched in my soul. I feel touched in my soul. Just because I've been around greatness, you know what I mean? Because I've been a fan for so long. And I just watched the amazing feats, but it's really Dick's heart and soul that has got to me, right in the emotions, Dick. And it's truly amazing. I have to ask you, for me, like something I've always wanted to know, Skinnerd or the Eagles?
Oh,
pick one.
Fuck, dude. That's the best freaking question I've heard all night, dude. Oh, man. Skinnerd or the Eagles, dude? Oh, dude. Do I have to choose?
No. You know what? I'll give you – this can be your buy. This can be your buy. You can be like, pass. We've never done
this.
You're
going to give him a pass on this one?
I'll give him a pass. I was going to throw in Kid Rock and let him just have like an easy one if like whatever.
Oh, with the bar.
Hey, but honestly, like Eagles, Leonard Skinner. I mean, can you smell that smell? I mean, I don't. Fuck, dude.
I do have.
I mean, Leonard Skinner, baby, but Eagles, dude, like Eagles, man. Oh shoot, I can't choose, man. Oh, Skinner, all right.
Skinner, there we go. All right, good man. We can be friends still. I like that because that's what I would have said too. One of my favorite clips too. I keep saying one of my favorite, but it's like every time you post something new on Instagram, it's like my new favorite. Can you tell me, like, I watched recently a chainless race at a BMX track that was so inspiring, because as much fun as you like to have, the amount of skill that I don't think you get credit for, highly, I think people like, they just don't see the bike control and pure skill that you have. I don't know if it's from like mowing lawns has given you superhuman agility or what, but what is your favorite thing about the fun that you have on the racetrack yourself personally?
If I heard you correctly, the favorite thing I like most on the track, I don't know, it's just big doubles, no troubles. But I like the big doubles, no troubles. Can you repeat that question, but not that whole question? Like just some of it?
What
Summarize, homie.
Tell me what it's like to race with no chain. We'll go there. What's it like to race with no chain? What's the most difficult part of that?
I mean, you're relying on your momentum. I mean, that's the whole thing is you can't pedal. You got no chain. You're relying on momentum. So there is an object to the gate start. So people think, hey, there's no chain. You ain't got to worry about the gate. Let the gate drop and you just go. But no, these fools hold their brakes and then they kind of lean back. And then right before they need to go, they release their brakes at the right second to where they get momentum down the hill. So they spurt out ahead. I suck at that shit. Some of those other guys are real good. You know what I mean? But hey, I still beat the Olympic gold medalists out there though. But ultimately it's all about pumping, gaining speed. And the track that you saw in the video that you saw, they do this on a weekly basis. This is kind of a fun race for them that they do. And it is cool. It's bringing a new variety to BMX racing. And they do this every week, but that was particularly on Ukaipa BMX. It's a smaller track. So it's really hard. That gate start and that first straight matters a lot because the track ain't very long. It's hard to pass on that track. So, but it's an awesome idea. It was really fun. We all were having fun, and it's great. It's all about just gaining your momentum. It's kind of like the pump tracks they're building all over right now. The Velo Solution pump tracks, all the other pump tracks they're building, they're popping up everywhere in cities, towns, and it's the same concept. You're pumping. You're not even pedaling on those tracks. It's all gaining momentum by, up and down, up and down.
You know what? I bet you didn't expect to get a science lesson from Dick Cheeseburger, but you know what? Boom. You just got physicsed. You just got physicsed.
Is Dick Cheeseburger not the most trend-setting leader of the pack when it comes to innovation in BMX, bro? A chainless race with momentum, the brake thing, the slingshot out of the gate, and he's I don't think there's anybody doing it like this guy.
Hashtag science.
Science, boom. Bro. Science.
All right, Craig. Dick, we had Jason for a while. It's now, we're looking at an hour and a half, man. I know you've got some BMX track moms to go and to text back. You got a lot of stuff to do. I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate all that you do for BMX, for bike life, for SE bikes. On behalf of everyone that enjoys watching what you put your body through to have fun and just give us all a good memory, I got to thank you, man. And serious, I'm being serious, man. This is something that I think people will remember forever. In my day, we had Stu, we had, all the names. I gave Jason a bunch of names earlier. But man, we had these epic racers But no, I've yet to see, if I look back, none of them look like they were having the fun that you're having. And so on behalf of everyone that rides bikes and follows you, thanks for showing the fun side of BMX and that you can do whatever you want to do on a bike as long as you're having a good time. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. Craig, any final questions?
Man, I am so stoked that, we definitely had Jason on for the first half. I mean, got all the nuts and bolts of BMX and everything you need to do to be a winner, to do good things for the kids and for BMX. And I can't say thank you enough to Mr. Dick Cheeseburger for coming in and just giving us the straight, honest truth about all these awesome things that happen in BMX, the science, the physics, the wolf poison
lesson. Yeah. Wolf poison.
The wolf poison, dude. I had no clue. Right. But just the whole attitude of America, send it, doesn't matter. All the chips in on the table, bro. I just got to say, so glad that you stepped in and just elevated our thinking, Dick, man. What a great pleasure and honor to have both of you guys on tonight. Dude, Isaac, I got to say, another great show, man. And I want to thank everybody for showing up here. As we always say, thanks to all the listeners that show up here at Big Bike BMX. You've been blessed. We've been blessed with the presence of Dick and Jason tonight. And
I say touched.
Yeah. And Isaac's he even got touched, but, we want to say thank you again for showing up here. Everybody check it out. If you're watching this on YouTube, awesome. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you want to see and hear more awesome guests coming up from Big Bike BMX. If you're streaming this, go ahead and comment on the page. Let us know that you like it. Let us know if you got any questions, any comments. We'd love to hear from you. And Apple Podcasts and Spotify is where you're going to find us out there. Again, thanks to everyone for showing up. Isaac, man, what a good time with Jason and Dick tonight, man. It's been epic.
Yeah. Dick, any last words you'd like to impart on your fans?
Yeah, for sure, man. I couldn't do it without SE Bikes, Pro Max, Box, Fly Racing, Potter Plates, V Tires, man, hooking up gnarly ODI grips. They're doing all the SE Bikes, Danger Snacks, dude, Danger Snacks. I got big thank you to the wife. She, I love my wife, but I love my cold bear too. So, hey, and my fans, dude, the fans are fucking awesome, dude. I got a hardcore group. I don't go out there. I don't go buy my followers, man. It's freaking, it's hardcore followers. It's like Tool fans, man. I'm a big Tool fan. Boom, 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 so so thank you so much. And thank you guys for putting on this podcast, getting the word out, just spreading the love. It's freaking awesome. I really appreciate it. You guys have some good ass riders on the show, so keep it up, man. And I guess if I could just leave on a note, for all you 20-inchers who want to go to the big bikes, you know what I mean? The only thing you really got to watch for is, scuzzing that fuzz box or fur burger or your bearded clam. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're a chick or not, but hey, watch those Boston belt buckle and the brass clankers and your freaking meat kiwis, dude. So, yeah, you got to watch out for them things when you're on the 29ers, 24s, 26, 27, 20, whatever's. All right. But thank you guys so much. It's been awesome. And yeah, I know I yapped your ears off. So drink a beer and look at some boobies.
I think the cheeseburger is spoken, Isaac. I mean, there you have it, bro.
It's done. Like, there's nothing we can add to that.
I can't even add to that, dude.
You know what? You guys go. If you have any inclination, you want to ride some BMX, go do it. Whatever fun means to you on a bike, pursue it. Whatever age, go have fun, man. You got one shot at this. Make it the best you can. We love you all. Thanks for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on hit that subscribe button. Follow Dick Cheeseburger and Jason Morris on Instagram. Show them some love. Give them some comments. If you see them, give them a beer. We'll talk to you guys later. Craig, I love you, man. Thanks for doing this with me.
Love you guys too, bro. I'm out.